Okay, I'm sitting here in a Huracan. Seatbelt on. Display is very dead until when the key is a keyless entry.
Yes,
I believe. Okay, and we also have a little Lamborghini logo there. I never noticed this OLED displays are so sharp. When you're coming from a Porsche 997, this is like a spaceship. And the start you do like this. It's like a nuclear missile, and the foot on the brake. Everything lights up, including navigation. Wow. I do like that. It's a really nice touch. And here you can see this display coming to life. We're driving a blue Huracan, or we will be driving. Fix the seat, fix the mirrors, and they are fine actually. Rear view mirror is also fine. Så håller exakt sådär. Yes, feels very good. And in order to drive this thing, do you press M, or you just press in one gear, or okay, you do like this. Yes, first gear. And if I want to have automatic mode,
you drive in automatic now.
Ah, okay.
Otherwise, you just press the M button down.
Ah, okay. It's very civil. Yeah, there you can feel the double clutch engaging. And the dampers and everything are on the softest.
Correct.
Wow, it feels... I would think it would be much harsher ride, just like the initial feel. It's very... very comfortable, I would say. And this have the adjustable dampers.
Yes, correct.
And if I want to choose harder dampers,
just use the Corsa mode on the steering wheel.
Ah, that's right. Mode. Ah, here you have a button.
Yes.
Ah, so sport, the dampers are harder?
Yes, correct. And also the gear, and you open the sport exhaust.
And if I want to turn, I have a left blinker.
On the steering wheel, right over there.
Ah, there!
You just swipe like this,
that.
and you press the button into the steering wheel, and it stops.
Ah, wow! This will take some time to get used to. And now when I have Corsa, it's manual?
No, it's
sport?
It's automatic. So you just go, but
little bit more aggressive.
More aggressive, correct.
If I go back to Strada now, exactly, now it shifts a little bit earlier. It feels very nimble, and the visibility is feels much like feels like almost better visibility than on Porsche, because the windscreen is so large, or the front screen is really large. It's like a window shopping. and sport, is that you have ESP fully on sport, or is it half on if you have sport mode?
It's
or is it
a little more aggressive for you, so you can go a little bit power slide.
And Corsa, then it's completely off.
Then it's completely off.
Okay, we will not have that.
No.
Okay, I'll try, and if I start shift manual in Strada mode, it will stay in manual, I believe.
Just for a short while.
Ah, okay. It's like I think it's Ferrari does that. And I've noticed that paddles are on the steering column. They're fixed on the steering column, so it doesn't follow you.
Correct.
Follow the steering wheel as on Porsche. It's a nice response. Yeah, it's not. It's normally aspirated. You can feel that. There's no. And the first gear, I remember on the first Gallardo, first gear manual gearbox went all the way up to 100.
Yes.
The gearing is not as extreme on.
No, you have another.
And fifth gear is the highest gear you can go in 40. Some kids there, let's make them happy. feel the shifting are really super fast and effortless. Wow. And it's a challenge hitting the red line in time, I believe.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, no. I mean, and this is in the slowest Strada mode, but it's still quite fun. But it takes time to getting used to the paddles, that they don't follow you with the steering wheel when you come from the Porsche. Construction ahead. And another thing that also takes time to learn is really the indicators. I would say the honest feeling is this will really take some time. And what's the decision by not having a classic indicator paddle, like an indicator?
It's to keep everything on the steering wheel.
Exactly.
Keep your hands where you should.
Yeah,
supposed to use them.
Yeah, it's true. You have a point. It's just like it's a new experience.
Yeah.
And if you hit the rev limiter in manual, it will stay there and it will not shift.
In Strada mode, it will shift automatically. So if you push it, you have to go down to sport mode. It will shift. In Corsa mode, you will stay there.
Ah, okay. Oh, we get some mopeds overtaking us now because they're filming the car. Yeah, one bad thing with these cars is that the other traffic is really affected by you. They make stupid decisions because they want to look on the car. But that's better that others make stupid decisions and not us doing the stupid decisions.
Exactly.
So we're gonna let these bikers pass. Yes. It's the only thing I need to think of a little extra is the indicator things and the paddles. That's not really feel like home, but yeah, now it's automatic downshift because we're in
sport mode.
Ah, okay, and it's more gives more gas between the shifts.
Exactly. Throttle blip.
And if we do Strada, it's no.
It's like an automatic.
Okay.
Double clutch.
Let's do reverse. You just push that up. Oh. Yeah, the rearwards visibility is. Varför piper för? Har man något bakom? Just det, yeah, you have a reverse camera here also, of course. I was wondering. Let's do the same way back. Yeah, you kind of forget when you're sitting in it. You forget what the extreme car you're sitting in. You wonder why everybody stare at you, but it's because of the car. It's the design is gorgeous. Sport. First gear. Yeah, like really fast response, I would say. We have some road construction ahead. We're gonna pass that really slow and then try to push it a little bit in the corners, but with this type of car you really want to know the car before you push it in the corners. And it's street tires, it's no cup tires.
Yes, street tires, Pirelli.
And generally the grip it doesn't seem to be a problem at all with this car. I haven't heard any tire screech at all. It just grips. Evident that it's four-wheel drive.
Correct.
So see if the kids over there, we can do a little nice launch next to them if they're gonna be happy. This is the type of car you can see kids running after you for several blocks filming the car. I mean, it's fun. It's a fun feeling making people happy. You make yourself happy, you make others happy. It's a nice feeling. Let's see if we can. But I think in general the gearbox is really easy to be friends with. It's like yes, for the sport mode. revving, you really have to have the revs to get the power.
Yes.
Get the power. I like that. It's much more like sporty engine. For example, 911 turbo. All the torque makes the car a little bit boring. It doesn't have the character, the engine, the 997 turbo. Here you have this high revving like a superbike engine. Yeah, it's addictive, you can't stop. Yeah, it's like, it reminds me, the power reminds me about like 911 turbo. It's grip, but the delivery, power delivery, it's in a completely different level. It's you really have to rev it out and redline it to get that last power. And if I want to do a launch control, is that possible? Or maybe not. Okay, I will not do a launch control. I
think it's good enough. Anyway.
Yes. I'll do a launch with sport mode. Just try to hit the manual. Try to hit the rev limiter. Oh, there it shifted. There I really noticed that it shifted by itself.
Yes, correct. Because you need to go to the Corsa mode. The Corsa
exactly.
mode is the manual.
Exactly, yeah, because it felt a little bit that it lived its own life there. Because I was surprised it shifted at 7,800 or something.
Exactly, not at 8.4.
And since Corsa means track, I have to try it on a track, and we're not on a track, so
correct.
Take it another day.
Yeah, another day, correct.
But it's kind of a drug. You want to take it Corsa, you want everything, you want all out. But it's the only way, it's like the Porsche, the only way to get rid of this addiction to floor it is to put everything in comfort, listen to some classical music, lay back. So we'll take it easy now towards town. And this is the thing I really like with double clutch cars. You can put in automatic, kick back and enjoy and really take it easy and drive it as a like a double clutch family car. You can relax, because sometimes you really need to relax in a car like this, because the what you say as in Sweden, the horns like a devil, they grow on you. You just want to floor it and red line gear by gear by gear, and it's gonna end up losing your license several times over. So you really need to have this option to have it really soft, take it slow. I'm driving at 48 kilometers per hour now. 6th gear, 7th gear it shifted up to now in 48 kilometers per hour, which is it's, I think like once you've gone double clutch, it's a hard time choosing another type of gearbox, because this is just so nice to be able to have the shifts that you barely cannot notice. And now at 50 kilometers per hour it goes at 7th gear, and also I mean the fuel consumption gets to be a bit lower also. So what do we have here? We have pressure olio. It must be oil pressure.
Yes.
Temperature olio, oil temperature, yeah, close to 110 degrees, 100 degrees. But there you are. So could you change this to English? Maybe not.
No.
No, of course. It's an Italian car.
Yeah. Why should you?
Yeah, exactly. You have to have the Lamborghini feeling.
Yes.
But the extreme sitting position, I mean, sit really low. Oh, now the turn signal. Exactly. Push it. Easy to forget. It reminds me of when I went with a Porsche 918 Spider. You sit really tight and like in a really sports car. The difference here is that the comfort on this car is so much better than on the 918 Spider. I was surprised the 918 Spider with the Weissach package, how hard and stiff this was. But this is not a stiff car. It's really have the comfort of an everyday car. I really like the engine characteristics. It's clean, you really have to rev it, you want to redline it. It revs to 8,500. But if I would drive this Sporty, I would want to have it in Corsa mode. because you really want the gearbox to have only sequential, not live its own life and go up and change gears up left and right. I want to have it really really sequential. But now driving like this, cruising towards town, it's perfect to have a double clutch and automatic mode. It's also interesting how you get used to this LED display or OLED or whatever. It's so sharp, and it tricks you that you have an analog rev counter. Looks like an analog rev counter. It's not a physical analog counter, but it works as well, as good as any kind of classical rev limiter. And it's not that loud of a car either. It's takes down the sound. It's only when you redline it you really hear the engine, but it's really not like an annoying car, like would say Scuderia or maybe even a 458. It's like you have like some kind of animal in your throat you want to get rid of, and the only thing this little animal wants is that you redline it and hammer the car. But you can take it easy with this car, and that's very good, because you need that, because you lose your license otherwise if you have a track car. Of course, we have some traffic here. If I put into sport mode, can have some fun during the queue. Shift up and down. First, second, and we try to shift down now. Nice to high speed. There we have it. Okay. And it almost felt that the shifts, the revs between the shifts when you shift down, they were even more apparent when in automatic mode. It really did really impressive sounds. So now I have automatic mode. Yeah, there.
Yeah, it gears down.
Yeah, maybe it only gears down. It sounds that it really gives gas also, but maybe it only gears down. But it sounds really nice in automatic mode. Wow, that's the bangs from the exhaust. Wow. And it's a stock exhaust. It's not optional sport exhaust or anything.
This is optional.
It is, because it's really loud.
Yes.
I was like, really live the life on its own there. Really need to provoke that sound again. It feels like the car knows itself better than I know the car, because the car can, in automatic mode, it can provoke much nicer sound that I managed to do. At least inside the car.
Yep.
Oh, those, and it's like no turbo win or anything, it's just pure engine sound. Wow. All those like bang or like exhaust sounds. It's like music to a car enthusiast. I give full gas now. Instant grip. And I mean, when it comes to it, I remember it from other double clutch car. If you meet another car and you just want to go all out when it's a race, it's sometimes nice to have automatic mode. You just hit the throttle, you will never miss a red line or anything. You just off as fast as you can. So but it's more involving using the pedal, of course. So it's green, we have no car behind. Yeah, now we have a car behind me. What to do? And it sounds like this nice inside. Imagine how nice it sounds from the outside. I think maybe we need to do an overtaking. The most scary thing with overtaking now is using the indicator, I would say. It takes some time to use it. And we have a right. That's the only thing that requires extra thought. But when you jump into the car, you feel immediately at home, I would say. The seats are also very comfortable. So, should we drive? Next stop is Munich and then Monte Carlo. It's like we'll be there in 18 hours.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's like I would not mind driving this car for a long stretch. This would be the only thing you maybe miss from when you're sitting in this really super sporty car is that let's take a left here, take some other roads towards back. It's you cannot push the rear seat. When you like want to have a relaxed position or sleep in the car or whatever, you cannot push it really back. That's the thing you miss on maybe from 911s or M5s and M3s. Strada mode, it's really not as aggressive, it's really evident. But still, I mean, it's aggressive enough to leave many cars behind, but you really feel that to get the most response you want to be in sport mode, that's for sure. All the sounds are so addicting. You can never go on 7th gear in like regular. You really need to go downshift, upshift, play with the car. And the good thing also with a car like this, any car that's in front of you, they just move off the way. They drive away from you. They think like, oh my god, blue and yellow stealth missile is coming. That's a good thing with a car like this. In an M5 or Audi S8 or anything, people never move over because they don't think you have a fast car. With Huracan and any Lamborghini, people understand that this is a nice and low and fast car coming. They will move over. So that's a good thing with this car. Åker bort dit, sen vänder och kör mot Stockholm. And it's a summer day, and you just want to keep this car. I'll keep it, thank you. So please move over. And you know, also with these types of car, you will have the authority on you immediately. So I know you have an eye on, so do respect the speed limits. Okay, we have sport mode on. Yes, it's addicting car. Wow. Yeah, the only thing that kind of worries me sometimes is where do you have the turn signal? Is it on? Is it left? Is it right? You really have to remember to push it. Yeah. Push that button. Okay, we're gonna do one little lap in the roundabout, and then we're gonna go. You find excuses to just drive. Never come to your goal in this type of car. Come on, move over. Yeah. And then, yeah, the rearwards visibility is a little bit, I don't know what I'm seeing in this. Yeah, it gives some reflections in the rear window. So that's the only thing. When you're used to a large car, you know you can see a lot back. Here is you have to rely more on the exterior mirrors. But for example, now you're on actually not even a highway. It's on a 70 road. You just want to like slow down to 20. no cars behind, but you want to have that first gear. And just experience this I mean, it's not only the acceleration itself. I mean, I've driven many fast cars, but it's the sound and okay, filming. Hello. Yeah, everybody do crazy things.
All around.
Yes. Let's make them happy. So it's yeah, you forget that you really are an attraction. But you really have to take other cars into consideration what they're doing, because they stop in the left lane, they film like crazy, because you forget. I mean, the Gallardo people have seen before, but the Huracan is really new. Thinking of it, I've never seen a Huracan in traffic in Sweden. So let's do like this. We're closing to the city. Put it in Strada and kick, relax. Enough playing for today. But this is the whole thing about sports cars. It's your personal little roller coaster, and it will make you happy every minute you drive your car. You could have a bad day, arguing with wife or ex or whatever. Jump in your car, start it, you get happy immediately. And you have this, you have adrenaline feeling if you want to floor it, but just being in it and see how people appreciate it and enjoy the quality and the design and reactions of all the people around you makes like every minute worth of having a car like this. It's going to be interesting to see how it is in the city. It will probably be very nice to be in the city. Just keep it in automatic and drive like a normal, nice person. And in reality, driving a car like this legally is actually easier than, for say, a new Audi RS6 or a new BMW M5, because M5 and RS6, they mask the speed much better. You could do 250 and think you're doing 120 because they're so insulated against sound. But in a car like this, you really hear that you're driving fast, and you hear the engine coming alive and even gear shifts. So that's a good thing with a sports car. You know you're going fast. There's no way around it that you know that you'll adhere to speed limits. But in a RS6 M5, it's much easier to go much faster without knowing it. Also because of the torque. So if I want to have neutral, I press P.
Both paddles, you press them. Against you. No.
Okay.
Like that.
And if I want to start, then
No. It's already running. You just
yeah.
We can take this one off.
Exactly. I hate this auto start as well.
Oh, it starts off.
This is beautiful. So, and gear, I just push this one.
Yes, correct.
And everybody, people standing and filming you. It's crazy. You're driving a little attraction. But as I told you, it attracts all people, including authority. So I mean, best place is you should have this, and you go to the track like every week to get that energy out of you. Because you really want to redline this. You want to hear the sound.
To push it.
Yes. And it's very easy to push. I mean, four-wheel drive, I never had any experience with it that it lost traction or was scary in any kind of way. And I think also double clutch helps you not to be surprised with the car.
Exactly.
The shifts are really smooth. So now everything is in the softest. Suspension is the softest with Strada.
Strada mode.
So it's is it 3 suspension settings? Is it Strada, Sport and Corsa, or is it only 2? Okay, Strada and Sport. And imagine 15 years ago or even 20 years ago we were driving a Diablo here and
shifting
hammering manual and like not overheating but having a lot of issues, and here you could be so relaxed. You have full air conditioning on full blast. It's just so comfortable. I mean, comfort-wise, I don't feel any bigger difference between this and a 3 Series or 5 Series BMW. It's surprisingly comfortable. It's not as loud as a 911, that's for sure. Now we weren't doing any highway speeds, but out on a highway, I'm quite sure it's quite much less loud than, for example, 907. And would you say a Aventador is a little bit more harsh than a Huracan?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I mean,
it's more raw type of car.
Because this is
everyday use is a bit better in this one.
Yes, I mean, if you live in the city, you have traffic, you have bicyclists, and people who also want to look on the car, and they do crazy maneuvers around it.
Yeah.
It's perfect with this double clutch, adjustable suspension. And how much can it be lifted? The front, could it be lifted?
45 millimeters.
That's a lot. So yeah, it's like this. Yes, and yeah, the only thing I could say is that this plastic vent here gives some reflection on the window. That's the only thing on direct sunlight. And you have to think about this turn signal. It's like you can shift, you can do a launch, everything perfect with this. But when you should start using the turn signal, then you really have to start using your head. It's a thing you get used to, I'm sure. It's just because I'm also in Stockholm with so much traffic and bikers everywhere. It's quite imperative that you use the turn signal. I'm crazy in using turn signal a lot. So that's why I'm feels a little bit awkward with the solution, but I guess it's a thing you get used to. But it's perfect for inner city also. I mean, also the size of the car is positive in the city. Maybe like Aventador is so much more corners to have a look for, and maybe the rearwards visibility is even it's even more compromised. But the size is perfect for the city. It feels like the visibility of the car is very good with this huge window screen. It's like really like they've taken a huge department store window and put in front of the car. And how do you see the corners of the car? You cannot see the...
You don't.
No, you don't. It's but you have park distance control on the front?
Both front and rear.
Great, yeah, because...
and the camera, of course.
Because I never sat in a car where you never can see the front. It's like...
You have to feel it for your feet.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh yeah, let's go over. Phone, I'm not gonna pick that up. This is one of the few times I'm not gonna answer my phone. So comfortable, the shifts now just creeping away.
Just a cruise.
Exactly.
Cruise mode.
Yes. And I think I'm gonna drop myself off where I live, because otherwise I will never jump out of this car. Yeah. I don't want to jump out of this car and then walk for a few blocks, then I will get depressed. I just jump out of this car and check the stock market or whatever, because this is a fun car. It's like if you have the means, take yourself time to test drive the Huracan, because you would think that you think of the old Lamborghinis. It's like many people are calling us. You think it's a sacrifice driving this car, but it's not. It's just instant gratification, and it's not complex. Here we have a Speciale.
Maybe we should race them.
Yes. Yeah, it would be interesting. I mean, you will always have, with high power and rear-wheel drive, there is always an issue. I mean, M5, 458, everything. If you go all out, you can just go over a white line, a dotted line, a pedestrian. You can lose grip. It's a risk. And I remember also Porsche said when they came up with four-wheel drive on the 993 turbo, it's not for grip. Or I mean, it's for grip, but the main reason because 911 turbo have four-wheel drive is the security of the driver, the safety, and it goes for Lamborghini as well. I mean, you minimize the risk with a four-wheel drive car. It's easy as that. It's Vanquish. But I guess, I mean, if you are on airfield and you disconnect everything, if you have it in Corsa mode, is it 50% four-wheel drive, or is it
70-30?
And it's fixed that?
Yeah.
Okay, so that means
in Corsa mode.
Yes, it should be able to be driftable if you really want to set up some drifts, but it's nothing we're gonna do here in the town.
No.
but I mean, it's at least as drivable as any kind of 911 with double clutch in the city. It's oh, there is a police motorcycle bike. Interesting. Oh yeah, we can take a left there. We'll do like that. Take it really slow. Yes. Take a left here. For some reason, sometimes more. Usually always get stopped, so you just take everything really slowly.
I wonder why.
Yeah. Oh, it didn't scratch there. I hope it sounded like it scratched, but not.
No.
Yeah, speed bump. I'm gonna take a little road to. But it's nice to get to know the car in these small city streets because it works great.
Yeah, I think so too.
And it really has to work great because you have all your eyes on you. If you get a sharing stop, what they say, if you get like if the engine dies, you're gonna be the laughing stock of the day. So,
or if you park and you're not able to fit it into the square easily,
and you get stretched, you scratch the wheels. I know everything of that. So, it's but it's funny. It's like any psychologic should have Huracan or similar available because your mood is changed immediately. I mean, I'm going to be happy for at least a few days, maybe weeks now, because so much fun. And it's kind of people get kind of surprised when you're. They expect you not to stop on a road crossing, but when you really behave and driving nice with this car, people get more than happy, you see that. And it's not even annoying, the sound. So, next question, the windows. Okay, here. Exactly, it's like Koenigsegg also have the window controls here. Get some times to use too. I want to try some sound. Let's put it in sport. But considering that we saw a little police bike a minute ago, this is not the best idea. So I'm gonna just jump out of the car and leave it. After I sound is crazy between the walls. It's well, yeah, you know what? I want you to take it and I'll do a U-turn here and park it.
Okay.
Park it on a... And how's the turn radius? I guess we're gonna find out right now.
It's very easy to maneuver due to the LDP steering wheel.
Is it
direct power steering? So
is it so the... What do you say?
You don't have to turn the wheel as much as a normal car.
Okay. Yeah. It's progressive.
Yeah, progressive steering, correct.
Yeah, because I was surprised I was able to turn around there without any problem.
Yeah.
That was exactly outside where Zlatan has his house, by the way.
Ah, all right.
Yeah, you saw Zlatan today.
Yeah.
You didn't tell him to buy a Super Veloce instead of his 918?
No.
And you see people get happy, children point their fingers and everything.
Yeah.
And we're gonna drive up and park it on a big parking space so I can go around and film it, because you cannot stare enough on this car. So when you go over to Corsa, I will not do that. You have to keep the button pressed extra, or you can just push it.
You try.
Okay. Yeah, easy.
Very easy.
Yeah. Okay. 1 meter with Corsa. How the sound outside, it must be so crazy. So if I now want to raise the front of the car, because I think we need to do that.
Here.
And I need to be stopped, or?
No, you go.
Okay, I do like...
You just drive, and it will. You feel it goes up.
And you think this will be okay?
Yeah, I think if you go slightly on the side.
Yeah, exactly. How many euros is the front if I scratch it? I don't want to know.
I don't know either. I think this is very steep, so...
People taking pictures everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like a touristic attraction.
Yeah.
Some gravel, I put it to the right, just stop it here. Yeah, you have to get used to get all your eyes on you, that's for sure. Let's see, so we push stop here, no? Or?
Parking.
Yeah, parking. And then I want to rev it a little bit. And then stop. Right, take the camera, thank you very much for the test drive.
Thank you.
And I'll jump out and take a little 360 view on it. Okay, thanks a lot for the test drive.